All right, so we're going to jump back over to Digo because now that we have a Facebook page, we're going to add that in here. Guys, if you think that you had finished all of your sites, adding profile links to all of your sites, and you happen to be going through them when you're testing the networks to make sure that your syndications are working, which we'll get to in a later video, or anything like that, and you see an edit that needs to be made, just make the edit, okay? So I already logged into Digo. I'm going to come over here and click on Vernon Dunn so I can go to the profile page. I'm going to click on Edit My Profile and go to Me Elsewhere. And you'll see in this tab that we now have the ability to add our Facebook page because we didn't have that before. And that's the only other difference with this one account. Okay, so I'm just going to jump over here, grab my Facebook URL, which remember I have a custom URL now. We're going to paste that in and click Save. Okay, and now if we go take a look at the profile, we'll see that now we have a Facebook link in there as well. Okay, so that's it. One last update is, what about everything else, right? Before you guys ask, what about all the other properties that don't have a specific video for adding profile links? Well, it's because you can't add profile links to the other properties. We've added what we can to the properties that are available. Now, if you want to, and this is entirely up to you and how much time you have, you can go to some of the other properties that didn't give us the ability to add all of our profile links and add them in another way. For example, if we go to Digo, we don't have the ability to, excuse me, not Digo, Delicious. My apologies. Let me go to Delicious real quick. Delicious doesn't have a profile page, right? So it's like where we can add a bunch of links in. So because of that, we're not able to, create a bunch of links in a sidebar or anything like that. But what you can do if you wanted to is actually create a separate bookmark for each one of your properties. So essentially you bookmark each one of your profile links. That's one way that you can do it, okay? You don't have to do that. It's entirely up to you whether you want to take the time to do it or not. I'm just giving you some examples. Like for Evernote you can't put profile links, but what you could do is create a note inside of Evernote, kind of like what we did with Google Drive and OneNote, and add a list of all of your profile links in Evernote. Same thing with Pocket. You can go to Pocket and add or save for later each one of your profile links if you wanted to. So that would be another thing that you could do. In fact, let's just jump over there for a minute and take a look at it. Okay, let's go see what we can do with that, because if you remember, our public Pocket URL shows anything that we saved, and then I think it's either liked or shared. So we could actually get all of our profile links in here as shared items, right? So let's walk through this. We're going to log in with Google. And this just give you an example of how you can do this with all of your with all of your other profiles. And I'm not going to do a separate video on these because, to be honest with you, I usually don't do this. But if you have the time and you want to, you can certainly do this. So I'm just going to go ahead and click like plus, and we'll just grab, for example, our Delicious link that's already open here in this tab. Click Save. Now you'll see Delicious. Now if we click Share, then we can recommend this, and now this will be on our profile page. So I'm just going to click Share, and now if we go take a look at our profile page, you'll see now I have a link to the Delicious profile. Okay, and we could do that same thing over and over again. So like, the next one we could do is we could grab our Digo either profile page, or we could grab our library page, which is our bookmarks page, okay, which would be this one here, and we can do the same thing. We can click on add, click save, then come over here, click share, recommend, share, and now we have, if we refresh, you'll see that now we have our Digo link here. So my point is that on the sites that we don't have the ability to add profile links in like a sidebar area, or an about me page or something like that, you can still add all of your other links to interlink all the properties. I typically do not go through that additional step just because of the sheer number of sites and networks that I work on. But again, if you're doing this just for like one network of sites or just a handful, you will get some additional benefit out of it, and you might want to take the time to do it. So that's it for the rest of the sites, and we will see you in the next set of videos.